Good evening everyone. Now I want to describe you about the silent feature of our constitution. The number one feature of our constitution, it is the lengthiest written constitution of India because it has a geographical reason. It has a huge populated country, and number two, there is a common constitution apply on a union and the state level. The second feature of our constitution is in our original constitution there were 395 articles and 8 schedules, but due to last 14 Jan 2019's amendment, there have 470 articles and 12 schedules and 25 parts of our constitution. Then number third point, it takes from the various sources, like it taken 80% of our constitutions are taken from the Government of Indian Act 1935, and somewhere minority of the act are taken from somewhere from America, from Ireland, from Russia and Japan. We have discussed it all. And the fourth point of that, there is a rigidity plus the flexibility. Now I have to explain the rigidity and the flexibility. Some provision is the most flexible, like in that prospectus they have to need the only parliament, right? And there is a somewhere there is a rigidity in that prospectus, they have to need only union plus state plus federal system, right? And the number third prospectus is that most moderate, in that parliament has the power to pass any law under article 368 with of amendment with a special majority. Right now, there is a fifth feature of our constitution. There is a federal system with a unitary basis. In that we have already discussed that there is a two government needed in that, plus bicameralism. Bicameralism means there is a two houses that in our parliament, one is Rajya Sabha, the second one is Lok Sabha, plus there is a supremacy of the written constitution, plus there is a division of power between them, plus there is a Indian judiciary, independent judiciary, plus there is a rigidity of our constitution. It is known as federalism, and in our India there is a federalism. Under article 1 of our constitution there is use the word union of a state instead of federalism. Now the point number 6 feature of our constitution is there is a parliament form of government. In that in our India there is a parliament form of government, because in there is a presence of nominal and real executives. In this statement there is a meaning of nominal is the head of a state, which is known as president, and there is the real executive, that is prime minister, the head of a government is known. And in the our parliament there is a majority party rule is applicability in our judicial system. Now we have to describe you the seventh feature of our constitution, that is why Indian constitution is different from the England, right? In our India there is a republic body, right? But in England there is a monarchy system is applicable. In Republic Indian there is anyone who are eligible according to the required eligibility criteria, they have the right to win the election, and then they have to taken their seats as a president or a prime minister. But in a monarchy system, in England there is a family system is applicable. There is only the king or queen family is taken that place. No one has the right to take that place. Okay, and the next point is there is a next feature is there is a parliamentary sovereignty and the supremacy of our constitution, because in this there is a mixture of a power of a Supreme Court and the parliament, and there is also a power of a judicial review in our Indian constitution. And the next feature is that our Indian constitution, it is a very independent and integrated judiciary. and because it has a apex court, it has the same law applies in throughout the country, and it protects our judiciary, right? The next feature of our constitution is in it there have included the fundamental rights, right? Fundamental rights is explained under article 12 to 35 in a very precise manner and under part 3rd of our constitution. A fundamental right is a very guaranteed right, and it is also justiciable rights. Justiciable right is that in which the they can be enforced, they can be justiciable right is that they can be enforced through the courts of law, right? And in our on our fundamental rights they have also required some writs, and the writs is an extraordinary power of a person, and it is a very plays a very important part role in our society. And the next point is that the next feature of the constitution is that directive principles of state policy. In that they have the explained that number one directive principle in that there is a socialistic and Gandhian and liberal and intellectuality, right? And the number one, it is made for the welfare of a state, but it is a non-justiciable, they can't be enforced through the court of a law, okay? And the fourth point is that it is a directive principle is made to balance between the fundamental rights and the directive principle of state policies. And the next feature of our constitution is there is also explain the fundamental duties, which explain under article which is enforced after 42nd amendment 1976 of part 4th A of our constitution, and it is also non-justiciable. And the next feature of our constitution, after the 42nd amendment of 1976, Indira Gandhi added in our preamble the word secularism. It plays also very crucial, very effective role in our constitution, and also adopts the peacefulness in our constitution. The next feature of our constitution is universal adult franchise. It means that it gives the right to vote all adult citizens regardless of wealth, income, gender, etc. And because at that time after the independence they have the matter of self-respect of our Indians, that's why this system is also included in our constitution. And the next feature is single citizenship, that is in that where they have to fraternity have to become. And the next feature is that they have some independent bodies in our constitution established and also working in our parliament, that is CAG, Comptroller and Auditor General of India, UPSC, Union Public Service Commission, and there is ECI, Election Commission of India, and the fourth one is SPSC, State Public Commission of India. And the next feature of our constitution is there is some emergency provision is also applicable in our constitution. Under article 352 there is also explain the national emergency, and under article 356 also explain about the presidential rule, and it is also play an important role in our constitution. Under article 360 it is also explain the financial emergency, and we also taken this emergency provision from the Germany. Now the next feature of our constitution is there is a tier government. From the 73rd and 74th amendment of 1992 there are some 3-tier government are taken. Number 1 there is a union government, number 2 there is a state government, and number 3 there is a local government which is panchayati or all that, and it is also based on the Gandhian concept. And there are somebody of the have the some criticism of our constitution, that is we have some people says that they have to be borrowed from other countries. Some who say that it is not it is un-Indian, it is un-Gandhian, it is elephant size, and that's why. But the B.R. Ambedkar answered all these questions that yeah, we have taken this from other country, but if something is a good from others people, we have to taken good things from other people. That's why they said that it is not it is Indian constitution, because we have taken some perspectives of from other countries from our constitution to our constitution, but we have in our constitution we have written in a very precise manner and also explained in according to our perspectives. So it is Indian constitution, not borrowing from other constitution. And thank you so much.